Hi, folks. I wanted to share 3 books in particular that have sort of changed my life and put the wheels in motion of my current status in regards to health and wealth of the body, mind, and soul. Because when we talk about health, we definitely can't have one or just two. We want a balance in health and wealth. And when I say wealth, I mean like your life, not making money and stuff. Real wealth. Health is wealth. These 3 books I highly recommend. Now, we don't want to get lost in reading all day. We could read ourselves stupid, which is that's a popular saying that's going around right now, and it is possible to read too much. We want things in balance. We want to live our lives, but we don't want to live our lives through other people's words constantly and listen and follow what other people are saying 100%. It's good to take what we can out of things and make it our own. Use suggestions and make them our own. Weave them into our personal philosophy. The Bible's a perfect example of this. There's so much symbolism and mythology in the Bible that it's easy to get lost in all that symbolism and be like, oh, I don't understand it. I'm just gonna take what I understand out of the Bible and make it my own. That's fine if that works for you. It's best, though, to understand the symbolism and the mythology of the Bible before you start just pulling out what you want, because every word in the Bible is inspiring. I don't personally believe that the Bible was inspired by God. I believe that the Bible is a set of stories, symbolism, mythology, some of its history. I believe that it's a collection of writings that are inspiring. And if you can be inspired by it, go for it. These 3 books, though, I highly recommend. This is the Kybalion. Let me put it up there for you. The Kybalion covers the 7 Hermetic principles of the universe, and this book's amazing because once you start reading this and getting into the Hermetic principles, it starts opening up your eyes. And when I say eyes, I mean all 3. Your third eye is going to open up. But this book really opens up the idea that we aren't completely here by accident, but it also kind of drives home the point that there is some sort of order to the universe, and it didn't just come about by chance. All of these Hermetic principles can be applied to your personal life in a way where you'll never look at the world, humanity, or the universe in the same way after you read this book. I highly recommend it. It's one of the reasons I wear this Tahuti amulet every day. It's to remind me of the wisdom of Tahuti, Thoth, Thoth, Hermes, however you want to view this sort of entity, teacher, whether he was a real person or not. The teachings and philosophy that surround Tahuti, Thoth, Thoth, Hermes is something that we can apply in our everyday lives, and it'll make your days just better, just understanding these principles and knowing them. Second book I want to highly recommend is Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. This is the hardcover Penguin cloth-bound classics version. I love this. This book's amazing. Written by Caesar, an emperor of Rome. We know some of Marcus Aurelius's history through books and movies. Of course, he was featured in the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe that came out 24 years ago. There's actually a sequel coming out. But the real Marcus Aurelius wrote these writings as a diary, sort of journals that he didn't plan on publishing. But they're put down in a way where it really humanizes someone who was the ruler of the world at that time. And he speaks as a regular man. He's not trying to be an emperor, a Caesar, a slave owner, even though, he was. But he was speaking as a regular guy of those days, back then, 2,000 years ago. And his personal philosophy is something that can be carried throughout your day and throughout your life. One of the main points of this book is that we aren't here for that long. None of us are. Nothing is here for that long. Nothing living. And we really can't put off anything at all. If you have plans for tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now, you really shouldn't be focused on that stuff. You should be doing stuff today, because you don't know when your time is going to end. You have to do it now. Time is of the essence. So whatever you want to do, if you want to get healthy, if you want to start a spiritual program, if you want to get a new job, if you want to meet your mate and have a family, do it now. Don't put it off. Just don't. Do it now. Marcus Aurelius said so, okay? Third book I'd highly recommend. This book also changed my life. Many people will say that this book kind of set the ball in motion for the modern self-help movement. And the guy who wrote this book is amazing. He was a plastic surgeon to the stars. The guy lived an amazing life. He has a lot of good stories to tell that we can apply in our everyday lives. And it's Psycho-Cybernetics, The Search for Self-Respect. This is the book that changed and is changing my life to this day. I would recommend reading a chapter a day until you're finished with the book. And you can reread it. You keep it for reference. I've actually bought copies for friends of mine who I thought could use the suggestions in this book. I actually gave my original copy away to a coworker, and I've reordered many copies for myself. The same thing with the Kybalion and Meditations. I had copies of those and gave them to friends, and then just ordered other ones to put back on my bookshelf for reference and stuff. But I highly recommend this book. If you have issues with your own self-respect, respecting others, conflict in relationships, with friends, family, work stuff, this book is amazing. It's going to work wonders for you. And yes, I do have to work on looking into the camera, but that's something that'll come with time as I make more YouTube videos. These 3 books are amazing. I highly recommend them. I wouldn't recommend them if they were bad reads. I don't recommend bad things to people. Maybe in the old days I did, but the current version of me definitely recommends things that work for me. If something works for me, it can work for something else. If something works for one man, it can work for another man. Not all people, but I think that there are certain people out there that are searching. They're called seekers. It's what I consider myself. I'm a seeker. I'm never satisfied with what this world has to offer, or what I might find out there. I'm always seeking out new answers to new questions that pop up, and I'm always seeking a higher understanding of things. And these 3 books definitely put you on that path. They're basically pretty easy reads. If you're already spiritually minded and you like the idea of self-help rather than going to like a therapist or something, I would recommend these books. These 3 books are part of my personal philosophy foundation, which is basically my physical, mental, and spiritual health. That's what my personal philosophy is. It's all 3, because we need that balance. We can't be physically fit and ignore our mental health. We can't have a great spiritual life and ignore our physical health. You have to address all 3 of these things to be a balanced person. And I guarantee, okay, this is a money back guarantee, okay? I'll give you all the funny money back. But no, seriously, it's a guarantee that if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to work on your health, physically, mentally, and spiritually, these 3 books are a great way to get going in that right direction. And then you can incorporate them into your daily routine and into your life routine and into your personal life philosophy the way I have. Thank you very much, and enjoy those books.